Mike's on.
All right, we're back a little after 5 o'clock as we get ready for the little Yankee baseball tonight. The Yankees won that battle with ESPN. The game of question will be played at 1 o'clock. What is that date exactly, Mons? What day of the week is that? July
8th, Sunday.
July 8th is the date. They will play it at 1 o'clock. They had Toronto was angry also, so you had them on top of it because they had set something up with the kids to run around the field that day, run around the bases. They had some dash set up, and obviously can't do that at night, so they were angry about some kids thing they were running that day also. So the Yankees won that one. They got them to back off, and they will play that game at 1 o'clock on Sunday, the 8th of July. Score one for the Yankees in their battle. Jim in Ridgewood, what's up, Jim?
Hey, how are you, Mike?
Good, what's happening?
Hey, Sanchez as a catcher, I got to tell you, with the Yankees' deep lineup, they have the long lineup, they could do worse than have Romine, even if he's hitting 240, catching every day, and Sanchez as DH. I'm just tired of the pass balls and the wild pitches that shouldn't be wild pitches.
Yeah, but
I think I'm done.
Yeah, but you're not done. First of all, the guy is a great hitter. He's not a good hitter. Romine is on a hot streak right now, and that might get him a job somewhere, next year. But before this year, he has not hit at all offensively. He's a good defensive catcher. Sanchez has just got to get better. He's not bad in every aspect of the game, but he has got a bad glove, which I know is saying a lot because they call it catcher, and he doesn't catch the ball well. Yeah. He has a very good arm. His setup time is good. His arm is exceptional, but he is he's awful with the glove. There's no other way to say it. He's bad with the glove. He just is. He's extremely inconsistent with the mitt, and it's a problem. But he's too good a player to give up on, and his offense is so extraordinary a catcher. It makes a big difference. Chris in Connecticut. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Quick comment on the finals and then a question on LeBron, if I may.
Go.
Oh,
go.
Sorry.
Go.
So I think you had mentioned it before, but, obviously the Cavs wasting away game one has really kind of ruined the series and the chance of any hope that this is going to turn into anything compelling. And I don't know kind of what your thoughts are going forward. I know you don't want to talk about LeBron and his future too much, but like him or hate him, I think anyone who's watched him really has to appreciate the level of basketball, especially offensively now that he's brought to the table. And my concern is he may just have a year or two left at this elite level. I don't want him wasting another year in Cleveland with subpar players, especially going up against this Golden State team, which has really become unlikable.
Yeah, they're annoying. They're a very disrespectful, unlikable team. With the two biggest culprits being Curry and Green, they are very unlikable guys. Very disrespectful to their opponents. Very disrespectful to the game. They have the best collection of talent right now. Listen, Durant's the second best player. We've heard me say that a million times. He's the second best player. And then they have the next three best, especially with Iguodala coming back for game 3, who is a very good all-around player and an exceptional defender, and happens to be a very good situational player. Really good situational player. LeBron's got, I think, 2 years left at this level. This year has been remarkable. 2 years. Where he goes, I don't sit here and tell you because I have no idea. I don't have the foggiest as to where he's going to play next year. Ryan in Melville, what's up, Ryan?
Mike, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
I think that if you ever get a partner ever again, you and JJ would make a great tandem. I got to tell you, that was great.
You're a JJ fan, huh? He's got a little. He reminds me, and I never did. This is the first time I've ever had him in my studio, except the day he was doing the contest, which was a long time ago. It's 2011. Okay, so that's a long time ago. He has a little dog quirkiness to him. Not to the level that Dog does, and Dog, is very good at playing up his quirkiness. But he has a little innate quirkiness to him, where I could see you could turn him into a character in some regards. He's just a bit of a character in general anyway. So I don't think it would be a real stretch for him to be that. But, that, listen, he's got his own thing going, and that's where he belongs. But who knows? He's building a career. That's what he's doing right now. That's what, that's the idea. Listen, the fans, got to develop some young people. That's part of the station. It's part of the things they got to do. It's part of moving on. Ian in Belmar, what's up, Ian?
Hey, Mike, how's it going today?
What's happening?
So I just wanted to, I've called like 2 times on the Cavs Warriors. I keep watching, and after seeing what happened Game 1, that was a shame what happened to the Cavs. And then Game 2, obviously, we saw what happened. Warriors came to play, really came alive in the fourth quarter. I just don't see, so many people that I know, so many people love LeBron, and people are just saying, they got to win one in Cleveland. They got to win one. I just do not see in a world, after those 2 games happened, after J.R. Smith can't even see straight, I don't see them winning a game. I don't know why people think. LeBron is one man and has made that team like a very, very good team and got them here, which is kudos to him. But I just don't see 4 All-Stars against LeBron, even in Cleveland. I don't see. LeBron's got no one else. It's no one.
No, listen, if you're asking me, can he find players to play with on this team to win? He can't, no. There's no scenario as to which would allow him to win this series. There's none. You cannot play the game 1-on-5, and no matter what he does, it will not be enough. The other day, you heard them after the game. He went 29, and he shot 50. He scored 29 points. He sat out the last 4 minutes. LeBron did. He shot 50% from the floor. He shot, I think he was 10 of 20 from the floor. He had 9 rebounds and 13 assists. So he's 29, 9, and 13. In the finals, that for the most people is a game they would, call a career game. Golden State was congratulating themselves on an incredible job to holding him down to that. Now, part of it was there was no reason for him to try and score any points and, in the last 5 minutes of the game because the game was over. But my point is that's not even enough. He needs a 40-point game in a 95-point game for it to be very meaningful. That's how many points he needs to score. He needs to be somewhere between 40 and 50 in these games for them to win a game. And also keep the tempo to a place where they could shoot. Now, also, you got to have a rim protector in there. They have got to make sure they keep Thompson on the floor because, they just got killed inside. Mike in Connecticut, what's up, Mike?
Hey, caller before was talking about Gary Sanchez and, sitting him down. And obviously how foolish that sounds.
Right.
He's so young, he's got such a great upside, and, to be talking about this. But what I was thinking the other night, it seems like every time Chapman comes in and he's catching Chapman, pass ball with a guy on, all of a sudden he's in scoring position. What about bringing Romine in as like a defensive replacement?
Very tough to do to him on a daily basis. You would really be cutting the legs out from underneath him. Now, I'm not saying there wouldn't come a time where there would be a situation where you might have to do that for one game or one special spot, but to make that a regular practice would really undermine, to go to the 9th inning of close games and take him out of every one of those games. Some games he'd be batting in the 9th. Other games he would be coming up if they were losing in the bottom of the 9th, so those games wouldn't count. You're never going to take him out under that situation.
Yeah.
But just doing that to him and having a catcher caddy. See, there are position players who have had caddies and have had guys go in for them for defensive purposes when they've had their last at bat, but they have not been catchers. And to do that to where a catcher and what he brings to the table is a very hard thing for a catcher to handle. It really was. And there was no question there was a strain between the Girardi and Sanchez camps last year, with Girardi wanting to turn him into a better defensive catcher and him not being happy with some of the stuff he was getting from Girardi. Lou in Huntington, what's up, Lou? Lou going once? Nope. Fred and Maspeth. What's up, Fred? Yes, Fred.
How you doing? The name's Chris, actually.
It says Fred and Maspeth. Sorry. Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, Chris and Maspeth. Hi. About 20 minutes ago, I heard you on the radio. You said the disrespect between Green, Draymond, and Stephen Curry.
Yes, completely disrespectful.
Draymond's disrespect to Tristan Thompson on that play in Game 1.
Draymond, listen, if you're gonna sit here or come on this show and defend Green, who goes out of his way to cause trouble on the court every single day, every single play. I mean, give me a break, please, okay?
No, Mike. No, I wasn't coming on here and arguing. I was actually making my point about Curry. Why is he disrespectful? Because he makes a shot?
No, he's disrespectful because he shimmies around the court because of the fact that he counts 1, 2, 3 before the half when he makes a shot. So what? You made a shot. Go into the locker room like you made one before. 1, 2, 3, wink to the crowd, shimmy to the crowd, talking trash to the bench. I mean, it never stops with him. He's been doing this for years. You know that? He's a talented kid. He's a great shooter. He's a great ball handler. He's got incredible range on his jump shot. He probably can shoot from a greater distance of anybody I've ever seen in my life. He has got a great gift in that regard. Now, we don't try to make fun of him about the rest of his game, how he's one of the worst defensive players we've ever seen. I mean, so we understand that. I mean, he is an incredible liability on the floor defensively at all times. But the bottom line is, you know what? He just has a lot to do with they just go out of their way to taunt opponents and to make opponents look bad. The shimmy, a perfect example. That stuff, there's no place for it. Just play the game. Play the game. Martin and Guilford, what's up, Martin?
Yeah, Mike, I was going to say what that 2 callers ago was talking about, but not during the regular season, during the playoffs about Romine, so you kind of took away what I was going to say. But do you mind if I say something I was going to say to you before you left the station, but I didn't have a chance?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what makes it fun to call up you over the years, and as you know, I've done a lot, is the next day, a lot of people know I call your show, and more times than not, this isn't the case, but when they say, boy, you really had Mike going last night, or boy, Mike was actually listening to what you said, it's kind of a kick. And that was a pleasure that people like me have had all these years, when we've gotten the validation from you. I'm kind of being a sycophant here, but it's the truth.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate that. And see, to me, it's about bringing something to the table on your end. I want the callers who want to come on and be part of the show. I care what they bring to the audience, and I expect them to bring something. And as long as they can argue their point, I always give them the chance to do that, as long as they can argue their point. And I don't want them to yell, okay? And I don't want them to, do anything that isn't right. But as far as they will do it in an intelligent and even impassioned manner, I think that's great. I think it's great discourse. It's fun to argue. We're arguing sports. That's what makes it fun. And if you can do it with an angle and do it where it's something that you're bringing something to the table, well, then it makes the show better. That's the idea. George in Berkeley Heights. What's up, George?
Good afternoon, Mike. I like I'm with you. Before the final started, or during the Boston Cavs series, you wanted Boston to win, really.
Yes.
Because I'm with you. I don't want to see the Warriors beat up on LeBron, and all of a sudden now LeBron's no good. LeBron's no good, and I would have loved to see the Celtics try to beat up on the Warriors and do something there. But that was a terrific call by you a week ago, and now it's almost unwatchable.
I didn't want to see it. He took care of a lot of that with Game 1 because his Game 1 performance was so awe-inspiring and so out of this league that even the Warriors said, hey, kudos tonight. I mean, they knew that they were being taken to town by a player that was just playing on such a level that they were even amazed by because even in those guys after the game tonight was saying, hey, first, this LeBron performance was off the charts. I mean, everyone started with that and then went to the game stuff. And that's what made that special because he has taken that to a level in this series. And I think he will take it to that level one more time in Cleveland, probably Game 3. And I think what you'll see him is probably in one of those shot out of the cannon games early and put up an enormous amount of points early and hopefully be able to carry them home. And then I don't know that you'll see that again as you go down the series here, because I think it's hard for him to get his legs. And I did think in game 2 of the Boston games, I thought he had nothing physically, and I thought in game 2 he had very little. I think there's just games where he doesn't have that energy or that bounce. I see it in the bounce in the legs. I see when the bounce is easy, and I see when the bounce is hard. And in game 2, the bounce was hard. It was hard getting off the floor. Alan Keyport, what's up, Al?
Thank you for your call. Draymond Green, Mike, he's good. But if you put him on another team, he wouldn't be able to run around and do all the things he does. Like, stick him on the Knicks without Porzingis there, and he'd have a hard time. That's what he deserves.
Well, the thing is, Al, his stuff only works if he's with players who can finish the play. Okay? What he does is he provides them with everything except the shot, and they have the shot. So when he grabs a rebound or steals a ball or makes a great play defensively and then comes up and makes a big pass, and then they finish it with a 3, well, he just distinguished the play. But if he doesn't have someone who can make the shot, it's going to take away from what he brings. A guy like Green, who does all the other things, who fills up all the other columns, is going to get lost on all but a very good team. He needs players around him who can accentuate what he brings, because what he does would get lost on a bad team. And on a really good team, you notice it because it makes a difference. Because he'll make hustle plays. He'll make defensive plays. He'll make a big block. He'll make a big double team. He'll get a rebound, or he'll also be an outlet for them to get the ball to where they want to get it. He'll facilitate a play from one side of the court to the other. They use him often to move the ball from one side of the court to the other through him. And then once in a while, when he's left dead open and it's 5 seconds and he realizes no one's going to run at him and they've challenged him to shoot it, he then will shoot it. And then when he makes it, he breaks you back. Back after this.